Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For Isaac Brown, Jake Fennell, and Dylan Hart, I'm Zach Austin. Week 12 Coaches Show. We're here with the guy, right? Mr. Rhett Nietert. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
I'm Rhett Nietert. I play safety and receiver.
Nice. What number are you?
Number 10.
Sweet. Why number 10?
It's family number, you know.
Yeah.
My cousin wore it, and I went to his baseball games. Growing up, my whole life, my grandpa would come over and check me out. I just
Right.
watched his games.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what position do you like better?
I like defense better,
Yeah.
personally. But
Nice. Just because you get to hit somebody?
yeah,
Yeah.
get to go make a play.
Right. So, what week was that? Was that Hackett or Greenland? I think you had that scoop and score.
Hackett, yeah.
Hackett. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So you've had that. You've had an interception, right?
Yes, sir.
So you've got two of those, and you've scored on offense. What do you like better, scoring on defense or offense?
Offense is cool,
Yeah,
but you don't get to score every time on defense.
that is true. That's
So
true.
when you score one, and it's like, don't get me wrong, everyone always yells when
Yeah.
you score, but when you score on defense, there's something about it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like you did it all by yourself. You know,
Yeah.
you are the guy. So
Yeah.
I think defensively for sure.
right. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of more hype, I guess, so to speak.
100%.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So last week, we'll just jump into last week. Last Friday, y'all played Drew Central. Coach Crowley and Dakota talked about, they got some very good athletes. Number 5 was a very quick dude for them. But y'all come out, took care of business, won 56-14. What do you think led to that? Y'all just come out and just ready to go, or?
For sure, and also pregame, I
Yeah.
feel like we were more focused than we've ever been.
Right.
You know, we were just the whole game. The game before, when we played Cedarville,
Mhm.
we kind of, first drive we just got punched in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and just this game, I feel like before the game, we prepared a whole lot better than we have
Right.
really the whole season.
Yeah.
So
Nice. So you start on defense. You come in and backup quarterback. So what's that kind of like? Starting and seeing everything. But is there much of a difference from, say, first string, second string, or is it just all kind of the same?
I mean, there's for sure a difference,
Right.
ability-wise, but mindset, I feel like, especially our second string, we come out there with the same mindset.
Yeah.
We're going out there, we're going to score, we're going to put up points, and we're going out there and we're going to stop the other team.
Yeah.
I feel like that's our mindset.
I like that. And I think it was like the first 4 weeks that y'all had got in on second string, which I know you play receiver on offense as well on starting string, but y'all scored every time y'all got in. I thought that was phenomenal because a lot of times that don't happen. And I think that just kind of speaks volume to you guys putting in the work as well as like, hey, we're here too, and I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I guess we'll just kind of jump right into this Friday because, not just a whole lot. We'll jump back to last week real quick. What's a play that maybe you had or someone else had that really sticks out to you last Friday?
I'm going to brag on myself,
Yeah. That's fine, man.
When I got the pick, it was my first pick I've ever had.
Right.
Ever. And even though, it wasn't in the clutchest moment,
Yeah.
it was so cool.
Yeah.
And I loved every bit of it.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
From my teammates hyping me up to just my coaches telling me good job, it was just awesome.
Yeah.
Overall. So
That's always something special. I remember one of my buddies, he got an interception in a game back when we played. And he's like, oh, sweet, let's go block. And that's just always something, special. When one of your buds gets an interception, that's pretty sweet. So jumping to this Friday, you got Osceola. You was part of the freshman group that moved up last year and went down over there. And cold, windy game. Very athletic group, very athletic this year. What can we expect from them this year?
they're just as athletic as they were last year.
Yeah.
We've been watching film. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
Even though at the beginning of the season they started off slow,
Right.
they've really picked it up. They switched quarterbacks. They put up 41 games, 64 in other
Yeah.
last 2 games, and it's just they're going to come out and they're going to compete and they're going to play.
Yeah.
And we just have to be ready to stop them offensively, especially I
Right.
think, and then also put points on the board.
Yeah. What can we expect from you guys this Friday against them? Anything different or just kind of the same?
Well, I mean, you know us. We're not gonna we're not gonna switch it up. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna play some smash mouth football.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out there and we're gonna show them physicality they've never seen.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
That's pretty sweet. That's kind of one of the things that we pride ourselves in here. Just you know,
100%.
yeah, y'all play football, but we play at a different level. We got a little bit more smack to us. We're gonna pop you like you hadn't been hit before, and then afterwards we're gonna help you up, and then it's like
Yeah.
we're gonna hit you again. So I've always loved that aspect of it. What's one of the goals that you personally have had this year?
Win.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We were this close last year.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
right there, and being a part of that was everything to me. And it's just, you want to do it for not only yourself, not only for the town of Boonville that deserves it,
Right.
but you want to do it for your friends, for your seniors,
Yeah.
for the seniors last year
Right.
who didn't get the chance, but who didn't get to finish. But we just want to bring one home.
Yeah.
Big time.
So what's it like playing at Bearcat Stadium? What's that
Oh.
like?
You can't compare it to anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely insane. From the moment you run out of the fog to the very last snap,
Yeah.
the crowd is just insane.
Right.
The band, best band I've ever heard.
Yes. Yeah.
Loud. I can hear them on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
I'll be playing D-back, and I'll be sitting out there, and my receiver will be like, I can't hear.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. And it's for sure, it's just the environment and just being out there is absolutely insane, and
Yeah.
it's just not like anything else.
So is it the same in the playoffs, or is the atmosphere maybe a hair different? What's that?
Especially beginning of the game last week.
Yeah.
It was big time ever since homecoming.
Yeah.
Beginning
Yeah.
of homecoming. It was the loudest, feistiest. You could feel tension from,
Yeah.
like on say kickoff. I was on the other side. I'm on their stands.
Yeah.
You can feel the tension.
Yeah.
You can feel their sidelines, like everyone's staring at you.
Yeah.
So
Nice. I like that. That's pretty awesome. So let's kind of dive in, I guess, into Rhett outside of football and stuff. What else do you like to do, man?
hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Lately it's been a lot of homework.
Yeah. Yeah.
Studying football.
Right.
Just hanging out. Like hunting.
Hunting.
I do like
yeah.
hunting.
That's pretty
Shooting
awesome.
guns.
Yeah. Nice. Does your dad ever give you a hard time about plays or anything out here?
All the time. All the time. But, it's just good fun.
Oh yeah.
I love him. He's the funniest guy I know.
Right. So what other sports you play? For the ones that don't know.
I'm big time baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I also run track.
Nice. So if you had to pick a sport, I guess I don't think I know the answer, but what would you pick?
I think at the end of the day, everyone knows I'm more of a baseball guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Not taking anything away from football, because
Right.
I love football, but baseball it's my passion.
Yeah.
It's me.
So what can we expect? I know this is our football show and stuff and everything, but we've talked a little bit with Coach Fennell on the air about baseball in this upcoming season. What can we expect from you guys this baseball season?
Very young.
Yeah.
But super talented, a lot of potential. We're gonna go out there and I figure we'll make some plays. We're super athletic.
Right.
We're gonna go out there and show some other teams who's boss.
Nice. I like that. I like that. I guess we'll get you out of here with this. We try to end every segment with this, but what's one thing you could leave a younger kid that wants to be a Bearcat someday? What would you tell him?
Sometimes it's gonna suck. It's just part of
Yeah,
football. It's
yeah.
part of all sports if you're gonna be great. But you just gotta embrace the suck, really.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's making you leaps and bounds better than the person that's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So my takeaway is work hard, embrace the suck, keep going.
I like it. I like it. Well, I guess that's all we got for you, bud. Unless you got anything else you want to throw in there.
Not that I can think of.
All right, man. Hey, Rhett, I appreciate it, bud.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Back here with our Week 12 coaches show. That's kind of crazy, Coach. We're already in
know,
Week
man.
12.
Nuts.
Round 2 of Class 3A state playoffs.
Yeah.
Last week, though, y'all faced Drew Central Pirates. First time both programs have ever met. And y'all jumped out real big, won 56-14. But we was talking to Rhett a while ago. What do you think he said he just felt like y'all was really prepared last week. You think that's the case? Y'all just on a mission?
Yeah, a little bit of both, I think, man. We talk about it every week, but the younger guys just keep getting, more mature and
Yeah.
more comfortable with everything. And you go out there Friday night and just looking at them, they passed the eye test.
Oh yeah.
They look dang good, and we got some good players. And I was glad to see us come out and start fast. And I felt like I told them at halftime that was the most complete game we've played all across the board, special teams, offense, defense, and kind of flying around, wasn't doing a lot of thinking. That's what we
Yeah.
challenged them to do, is just not think too much and play slow, but just go out there and play football and play fast. So
Right.
yeah, they got after it Friday night.
Yeah, they definitely accomplished that, and uh, I know we don't mention Dax a whole. Oh, I say we don't mention Dax a whole lot. I mean, we have, but we hadn't, I guess. But he passed the 5,000 career rushing yards, and he got the both career touchdown record and
Yeah.
the single season. What's that? I mean, I know we've talked about it before, but he's just a special dude.
Yeah, man, I didn't. It's crazy. I didn't realize where he was and all that. I try
Yeah.
not to keep up with it too much, but walking off at halftime, I hear him announce that he's gone over the 5,000-yard mark, and then after the end, or towards the end of the game, they're announcing what other records he's broken.
Yeah.
And I told one of the guys that was here covering the game, anytime you can break a record here is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And for him to break the records he has,
Yeah.
I mean, there's been so many great running backs come through here.
Right.
And those guys probably haven't gotten to touch the ball as much. With Rylan going down, his carries have gone up.
Right.
And with younger halfbacks, his carries have gone up. But last year, he had some talented guys around him.
He did.
And he did what he did. And, it's crazy to see. And, like we said last week, it's bittersweet because,
Yeah.
you only got a few games left with him,
Right.
hopefully. And, yeah, man, he's just a special dude.
I guess kind of jumping forward to this Friday, we talked a little bit last week about possibly facing Osceola, and lo and behold, that's who's coming here Friday. What can we expect from them?
Yeah, man, I'm tired of playing them. I really am. They're so scary. I mean,
They are,
they
yeah.
really are. They're not a 4-7 football
No.
team. They struggled early, played some tough teams early. They've made some adjustments. Put a new quarterback back there, and that kid's got several scholarship offers to go play football at the next level. But last year it was a dogfight.
Yeah.
Other than Charleston, I thought they were the most physical team we had played and best team up front we had played. And it's a fun atmosphere up there. I'm just glad we're not going back
Yeah,
up
right.
there. But
Yeah.
they're scary, man. They just got so many weapons. If you can't tackle in space, you're gonna have problems. And just you got to play really good football. And I don't want people to think that they're not a good football team, because 4-7 is their record, but they're a very good 4-7 football team. They're a team that can come in here and if we don't play like we're supposed to, they could definitely beat us. So we got to
Right.
play good football Friday night.
Yeah, definitely so. If I remember correctly, they played up in classification in the non-conference, some of the non-conference games.
Yeah, they
Um,
Blyville,
mhm.
Gosnell, a couple. Yeah, they've played some good teams.
But yeah, they're kind of one team that, you know, if you don't watch it, like you said, you don't come out prepared, then
Yeah.
they'll bite you in the butt.
Absolutely. They just their depth is, I know they only have 26 kids on the sideline or something like that. So if it just depends on which Osceola team shows up. If they show up and want to play, it's gonna be it's gonna be a dogfight for 4 quarters.
So what can we expect from you guys? Just same old stuff, or
Yeah, I mean I guess so. We've worked on some new things. They go for 2 every time, so hopefully we're scoring some points. And
Right.
we've worked on a bunch of 2-point plays this week and some different wrinkles to have in there. A lot of people forget last year it was really close, and
Yeah.
I mean we had three touchdown passes that kind of separated the game last year and help us pull ahead and break out of that kind of lull we were in. And it could be something like that this Friday night. We may need to lean on Jace's arm some, and some few things here and there to get them kind of off schedule what they're trying to do on defense. And they're gonna be in there inside the box. They'll probably have 7 or 8 guys in the box at all times, and offensive line's got to do a really good job Friday night.
Um, been real impressed with Jace this season, but even as the season's gone on, just uh, his passing ability. I mean, I know we've talked about it some, and you've mentioned it a lot,
Hmm.
and but he's just really impressed me, you know, and just the other guys running their routes and catching the ball. It's just very
Yeah,
impressive.
he's in practice. He's really getting to where we've started doing our play action pass in a live setting with a with a rush. Well, we use a secondary, but we
Yeah,
to see him grow and the way he started to move in the pocket and just his confidence that he's throwing the ball with and making correct reads gives us all the confidence in the world for him to throw it, and that's something we've worked on and just hadn't had the confidence in that in the last few seasons, and he's given us that to put that weapon in our
right.
bag, so it's good.
Um, so Ross supposed to be back. I saw Glenn's nice little write up on Ryland.
Yeah.
Um, can we? I know you're gonna work him in slow and stuff, but what does that add back to the team?
Yeah, his just being he's been a great leader with what he's been through, on the sideline every Friday night, just being there for the guys and everything, and then in practice, helping, coaching when he can. And but having him in there, just gives you another bull back there in the
Yeah,
backfield that can, if you need 2 or 3 yards, you can feel comfortable. Even if he's 70, 80%, you feel like he can still produce
oh
for you.
yeah,
So just having his mentality, his leadership on the field is everything. I really hate it for him. He's uh, battled some really tough injuries, but he's worked so hard to get back. And now you're not guaranteed anything, so he's probably sped up. He's probably still a week away, but
yeah,
with a senior, you're not going to tell him no as
right.
hard as he's been working.
Yeah, I know when I ran into him a couple weeks ago and was talking to him, he's all, I'm rehabbing,
Yeah,
getting better, and every day I'm. So
yeah,
you love to see that.
absolutely.
So what can we expect from as far as I know, like penalties and stuff? That's last couple weeks Dax has had. I was we was counting it up. I think it was around over 400 and 4 or 5 touchdowns
Yeah,
called back.
yeah.
Uh, we've talked about it before, but how do you go about addressing that?
Well, a couple of those, I mean, not to, I don't ever like to blame officials or anything, but a
Yeah.
couple of those Friday night were just, I mean,
Hmm.
a couple of the worst calls I've seen. On the one he had called back, he was standing in the end zone and
Yeah.
play 60 yards behind him. And one of their kids just run over and jump in front of Lance, and
Yeah.
falls down. I mean, you can watch it on the iPad, and
Yeah.
I mean, it was just ridiculous. And then a holding call here and there, but we address the offensive line's got to know, once those guys, and we've talked to them, if they're 2 or 3 yards by you, our backs are good enough. They don't need you anymore.
Right.
Just kind of watch the show.
Yeah.
So. And that's hard. You want to get a
Oh yeah.
pancake. You want to get, whatever it may be. But yeah, we address it every day in practice. They mess up, they do something wrong. They're running, and that's the only way I know how to fix it. And
Yeah.
hopefully it works.
Right. Yeah. I would think so. I always know I hated running for punishment or
Yeah.
bear crawling or anything like that. So you tend to kind of fix that yourself,
Yeah. Absolutely.
with a little of that. What about special teams? As far as kick returning goes, they returned some, but several yards, but we've done good. And then
Yeah.
as far as ours go, we've scored a couple touchdowns, punt
Yeah.
return, kick return. So, what do you think about your special teams so far, Coach?
Our kickoff team had done such a good job up going in, for up until the Charleston game, really. Just getting out of position a little bit, 3 or 4 yards out of position on those things, open up big lanes, and you get some guys with some speed and that can hit the hole, then they're going to have big returns. So, and a lot of it, is Juan putting it where it needs to be kicked, and
Yep.
he's gotten a lot better.
Hmm.
But every once in a while, we get that stray kick that don't go where it needs to go, and it kind of
Right.
gets everybody else out of position. So, yeah, kickoff team. We've addressed it and got some different guys out there. You got to do what you got to do at this point in the year to get your best out there on the field. So, other than that, been pretty pleased with the special teams so far. Just fix that, and I think we'll be all right.
I think so. Yeah. Um, so big game Friday. Everybody come out. What's we talked about coaching in the playoffs and stuff with We talked a little bit about here, deer season. What's that like being able to coach during deer season?
Yeah. Well, you get coaches that are as soon as, and I'm guilty too. As soon as the kids get out of here, we try to run out there for 45 minutes or whatever we can.
Yeah.
But no, it's all right. You got a bunch of hunters in that locker room that like to go deer hunt.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it makes for some good conversation for sure.
Right. A couple more questions. We'll get you out of here, Coach. Probably a little bit too late now to go out into the
Yeah,
woods,
yeah,
but
not looking good.
who's someone that's since the playoffs and maybe the end of the season? I know we've talked about this some, but I always feel like there's a guy that can step up or steps up at the right time that maybe wasn't there at the start of the year or midway through.
Yeah, our seniors are really playing well. I think Seth and Hunter are both having starting to really grow into really good football players, and it just takes time. You don't see it in the sophomores much, but they're starting to really understand the speed of the game, how to just play fast and not worry about messing up or anything. But the faster they can play, the better. Those two guys have done a good job,
Right.
and our offensive line's done come together very nicely, and just really starting to gel pretty well. And which we expected to struggle early. We replaced some really good ones up
Right.
there from last year's team, so those guys have been really good for us. But yeah, Seth and Hunter have done a really good job and starting to really grow into what we thought they could be.
Right.
Yeah.
What's it like? And I know we've mentioned this before, but like seeing some of your other seniors, and you've mentioned they're phenomenal leaders, but that don't get a whole lot of playing time, but they're getting to rotate in now.
Yeah.
What's that like to see, like Frank and Jonah and Garrett
Yeah,
and all
it's
them?
good because you don't want them to think you're lying to them.
Yeah.
In the off season stuff, they work so hard, and sometimes they're just behind good players, and they
Yeah.
have a hard time getting on the field. And those guys have worked hard. Jonah, Ferris, Frank, those guys that were getting 5 or 6 snaps a game earlier in the year, now on the field quite a bit on
Yeah,
defense. So, been a big part of our success on defense, and it's good to see them playing well and continue to grow, and hopefully 3 or 4 more weeks of doing that. And
Right.
yeah, it's always good to see those seniors who put so much time and effort into it and just have some success.
Get you out of here, I guess, with this question, Coach. Asked you this earlier in the year. We always ask the boys this, but what's something you would tell a younger kid that wants to be a Bearcat and someone maybe like younger kid that's fixing to graduate college that I want to get in the coaching field of everything? What would you tell them?
To the kid graduating college to get in coaching, I tell him to run away. Uh, no, it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't do anything else. It gets harder and harder in today's times
Right.
to do what you need to do to be successful, and that's just our society has kind of made kids soft, I guess, in some ways.
Honestly.
And yeah, what you just continue to tell the younger kids. I heard Rhett say it. Just embrace the suck is
Yeah.
what he said. Embrace the bad times because there's a lot of bad times and it's not always fun. But when you're out here, and at the end of the day, it's so worth it. You don't get anything else like you do from football. You
Right.
get relationships, camaraderie. That last you a lifetime. Things that teach you how to grow and be a man and grow into somebody that is going to be a leader in our society. And yeah, it's definitely tougher, but it's just going to get tougher too. And
Yeah.
you just got to figure out ways to get the best out of kids and keep kids coming out and enjoying what we do here and carry on this amazing tradition that we have.
Right. I like that, Coach. And I guess that's about all we got for you tonight. Unless you
Gotcha,
want to throw anything else in there, you
No,
got.
man, I'd like to see everybody out here Friday night. It's
Yeah.
always great playoff atmosphere having those stands packed.
It always is. Friday, you could kind of, feel like Rhett was saying, and he's talking about, being the defensive back, and on the other side, I got the receiver across from him, and he's like, I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, y'all come out Friday night, 7 o'clock, big game, second round game. Help these guys get to the next round. Very tough opponent coming to Bearcat Stadium Friday, so y'all show up and show out and give them something to remember Bearcat Stadium, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You bet.
So for all these guys, Isaac Brown, Jake Fennell, Dylan Harden. I'm Zach Lawson, Coach Crowley.